Hey everybody, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well on this snowy and cold and absolutely miserable. Um, what is it? Tuesday night. Usually I don't stream on Tuesday nights because usually I'm at work. But because of the snow, I am not going to work tonight. The owner of the company is going to do all the work by himself. Come here, Angel. Here. You want this one? Oh, she is sleepy. She is sleepy. Hey, Alita, how are you? Musey, how are you doing? Higgles, Morden, Squid, Musey, Oracle, Mods. And Flash Fan, I know you're streaming on Discord. Melanie McGuire. I always forget the name of it. It's a really good trial. I just have a lot on my own plate, and it's really hard for me to keep up. So the theme of tonight's show is I am so working on trying to find documents in the I almost said what the hales, and no. Um there is only one update that I will give in the I will give in the what the hales update. It's that they're the two cases, the trespass 5 and the thumbnail case, both have hearings on February 5th. One is at 1 o'clock and the other one is at 2 o'clock, and they are both orders from the judge. So it is not a rumor that they are going. It's not speculation that they are having hearings. It's an order from the judge. So if you hear otherwise from any other source that they are not, nothing is happening, yeah, that's not true. Because here, hoy, let's go with this one. And I might as well just get this out of the way right from the very start. So, this is not the theme of tonight's case, but these are just two updates from today. These aren't the two cases that I follow really closely because I just don't care. The one that I'm really concerned with is the federal case because it's one, the most interesting, and two, it has the most impact on case law for future instances. This thumbnail case did too until they dropped it, and now the only thing is that it's going to be what's going to happen for money wise. So this one, it's hard to see, but there we go. It only notice of hearing: Michelle Preston versus Jeremy Hales, Martha Risk, Larry Foreman Esquire, and Tim. You are hereby notified that undersigned is called up for a hearing on 2/5/2025 at 1 p.m. And this is a motion for sanctions. So that will be an interesting. Oh, I cannot wait. And I've heard a rumor that someone is going down to film it. And I'm hoping to get I'm hoping to be able to get use the pool feed from her and stream it. That's at 1 o'clock. And here is 2 o'clock. So Michelle Preston and H.G. Preston versus Therese Granger, Brett Granger, Deanna West, Rex Woods, Travis Willis, and Deputy Sheriff Gregory. You are hereby noted that the undersigned is called up for a hearing the following date, February 5th at 2 p.m. Motion dismissed for failure to state a cause of action. And this will be a Zoom one. So hopefully we can get a Zoom link. Wouldn't that be awesome? So it's the two. One is actually in the courtroom, and one is by Zoom. So that should be interesting that they have back-to-back hearings in the same courthouse with the same judge. Oh, this should be, can the judge separate the cognitive process of going from one to another relatively quickly. So those are the two documents, and I'm going to close those because I have so many stinking tabs open. But what I am going to do is we are trying to look for documents in the Pike County Massacre. I have the kitchen door closed and the dining room door closed, and she's swinging it open back and forth. It's a pretty heavy door. So I did find Pike County Clerk, and I thought when I got onto the county clerk's office that it would be super easy to do, because here is the Pike County Clerk of Court. So they have the address of the courthouse and everything, and you just go, county court, record search. Seems like it's pretty straightforward so far. Hey, Mrs. Yoda, how are you? Oh. All right. And Jeff Schwartz, how are you doing? Harry, Christine, Musey. And Captain. And I did make the stream for Thursday where Captain Kern and I are going to be going through all the documents in his daughter's case. Somebody didn't take a nap today, and somebody is super tired. Super tired. And you know what happens when we get a super tired toddler, right? Yeah. Bye. Have a good one. Yeah, she's not happy. Dad is trying to get her to stay in the living room with him, and she's not having it. So you'd think by doing a record search, it would be pretty straightforward, because this is Pike County. The trial happened in Pike County. The crime happened in Pike County. But I put in Wagner, and then let's go. His name's Edward. It's Jake. And I didn't do this. Angel. I hate these things. These little CAPTCHA things. Begin search. There's nothing for Jake Wagner. Unless Ohio put him under his fake or his middle name. Just because you know somebody's name does not mean it's their first name. Just remember that when you hear somebody's name in the chat and you go to look them up and you're like, I can't find any information on this person. That might not be their legal name. Just saying. What you call them, it might not be their name. If you know, you know. And if you think I'm talking about you, I am. So I'm yeah, sorry, not sorry. So I am trying to find anything on these defendants, and it's so bizarre that I can't find any documents. And Columbus was super easy to find documents, and you'd think being able to easily get to the county clerk's office and do a record search that it would be super easy. And for some reason, like, I don't know what, and I didn't choose a date, I didn't choose a time, like, I didn't narrow anything down, I just searched for a name. We are talking like county Kentucky here. I mean, so Paula, I lived in Kentucky, but I also lived 20 minutes from where this massacre took place. So I know this area very, very well. Very, very, very well. I spent the formidable years of my childhood in this area. But you would think when you were able to get to a county clerk site that usually from there it's pretty easy. Finding where to look up the documents is what's hard. It's finding, like, finding where to find the documents is generally the hard part. Looking up the documents is the easy part. And none of this makes any sense. Because Angela Wagner was one of the people involved, one of the defendants. Her case, the only thing I can find is a tampering with evidence from 2009. And it's so bizarre. So if anybody knows document finding in Ohio, like I'm at a loss. I want to look up Scioto County, and I even tried going to like the state website, and all it did was give me the Supreme Court. So I'm like, I'm not exactly sure, and I want to look up all these records because this is how I like to look up the records and read all the documents before I watch a trial. I like to know everything that was said in the news versus what's actually allowed in trial, because remember, there is that difference. What we know in the news and what we know in the background of the case is not always what goes in front of the jury. And I like to know what the defense or the prosecution tried to get in that the judge said no. So some things disappear when some people don't want it found. Yeah, and that is what is so weird about this, though, because like these are public records. Like these are this is not I don't know. So let's look up. Yeah, exactly. Some people keep land in the family member's name that have been passed down generations. And yeah, here in America, we can do that. So just because you live on land and you own it doesn't mean you really own it. The owner might be unalived. I mean, they might be passed on by now. Do you think the records were sealed? I don't think so. There would be no reason to seal those records. I mean, sealing the family court records of the victim and one of the defendants, I could see being sealed because they are, I mean, they involve child custody. So I could see, I mean, so this is kind of a research stream, chill out. It's kind of it's snowy, crappy night. I'm going to look in Scioto County. And that's the thing. Some people, the crime was originally in 2016. Let me bring up the Piketon. She's having a night. This is how it always goes, though. So, Sir Frank, the actual crime was in April of 2016. In April, 8 people were unalived. The full autopsy reports would not be released. That was sealed, which is thank goodness, because sometimes, like, you want to know the words, but you don't want to see the pictures. So, there was nothing happened with this family until 2017. May 12th, 2017, a SWAT team from Franklin County Sheriff's Office raided a Pike County home approximately 10 miles from the site of the murders. So it's one of those things, maybe they, even though so George Billy Wagner III, Angela Wagner, George Wagner IV, Edward Jake Wagner, and then there was Rita Newcomb, which was the mother of Angela, She pled guilty in 2019. Frederica Wagner, her charges were dropped in 2019. In April of 2021, um, Jake Wagner pled guilty. So it's like all of these were. Yeah, I'm trying to find all the documents and I just can't. Like I'm hitting a wall. I've literally been the freaking Pike County clerk's, like, the actual site is so easy to do. But for some reason, they are just not there. And I'm wondering if the arrest records would be in a different county. Jake, Angela, and the mom just got sentenced. Yeah, Lori, these were super. This this area is an area that I know very, very well. That's one of the reasons I wanted to look back at it, and I still have to talk to about alternate juror about streaming the trials. However, I like to get a good background, and I'm just looking at. I know this isn't the most. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. You know. Oh, Roy, I hope everything is going okay. Let me know if you need anything. In September of 10th of 2021, Angela Wagner pled guilty to conspiracy and to commit aggravated murder and aggravated burglary, tampering with evidence, and other charges as a plea deal. And there should not be anything that, like, there should not be anything that, like, makes this covered up. Because there was a lot of weird stuff with the trial of, hey, Tammy, of, like, people being able to opt out of being on camera, that I'm really interested in, even public officials. And I'm sorry, my view, and y'all can have a different view, but if you are a public-facing official and you testify, if you are an elected official and you have to testify in a court case, your ass better be on camera because the public put you in that position. So everything you do needs to be transparent. And if you're testifying, you need to be on camera. So I'm like, hey, Southern Red Sox girl. I'm so like, here, let's go to legal proceedings and see if anything is actually, so these are just news, but let's go to these, see, and this is the rabbit hole that I find myself going down, because sometimes oh no, if you're the praying type, pray for Roy's wife. I hope it's something minor, no biopsy, or no cancer, but the biopsy will tell you everything you need to know. So, grandmother charged with forging custody documents. So this is Rita Newcomb, and I'm wanting to see, sometimes they link the document in cases, but like Southern Ohio might not. And they didn't. This is where you run into dead ends. So we're just gonna read this though. Yeah. I believe that public officials should definitely be on camera, as they should be setting the example of what they want others to follow. Lead by example. Yes. Oh, Captain, I didn't realize that your wife went through that too. Oh. Thoughts and prayers. And sorry, I'm having a really bad, like, my leg is numb, and I don't know why. So if you see me reposition even more than normal, it's because my leg is technically asleep. And I really don't know why it's asleep. It's just one of those weird... And I'm still making the Padlet, and I'm still gathering information on all of this. This is just, like, a rabbit hole. And it's like, I just can't find anything on anybody. And it's so, so stupid. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit of a boring stream. There's really no drama here. This is me trying to not be an idiot and trying to research and wondering if anybody has any any ideas. So we are going to Scioto County, which is the county just south. And we are going to go there, and we're just whoop. Oh, I'm always boring. I lead a very very boring life. We're gonna go with criminal. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna go with all cases because you never know what you might find. Speaking of that, I found an interesting could I probably do I want to or think that's ethical? There's the $1,000,000 question. It I don't feel comfortable reaching out to attorneys, especially defense attorneys, when I don't exactly agree with what their clients did or that the fact that they're defending those people. So there's that. um. Oh no. Oh no. I hope they're feeling better. Why everybody getting sick? I really hope we don't get the Valentine's Day crud this year. Last year we got the flu, and the year before that we got the coof. So, okay. So looking at all these, it is. I couldn't find anything on Edward. Like I couldn't find any Edward. There's Edward Wagner here, but that's a 11/9/1990. That's not the right. They're not the right Edward. So the people we are looking for is oh, come on. So speaking of interesting things to find, I was on Pacer and I was just searching some stuff, and I searched a certain lawyer's name who is banned from this channel. Except the only two people that are banned from this channel are both lawyers. How weird is that? Like you would think. Yep. Angela Wagner, son Edward Wagner, and mother Rita, and then George Wagner the fourth, and George Wagner the fourth, and Billy Wagner, which is George Wagner the third. Oh, freaking Ohio! Y'all think Florida is weird? Ohio is weird. Ask me how I know. So I'm trying to. Yeah, none of even the references here are not any are not legal filings, which sucks. Because I like legal filings because you can't, well, you could fake legal filings, but like it's what the judge sees. So there's no, it's hard to explain because I do know some lawyers who write like it's creative story time, but generally legal filings are facts, evidence, more facts, more evidence, and the background of the case, and what they want done, and it's way more interesting than it's way more interesting than like just reading a news report. I mean, because the news report, we've gone back and forth on this channel enough times with headlines that we know that news reports are glorified puff pieces and don't really provide any legal facts. So I am probably going to cover as much of it. Ooh, why isn't that working? Oh no. There we go. Oh, awesome. There we go. It was being super slow. Like, I clicked on your comment like 4 times and it didn't show up. And I'm like, what's happening here? Let me see one thing. I am. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to. I'm just not sure when. There's a lot of things that I want to cover, and it's like there's not enough hours in the day. In real life things going on are super crazy. It's like it's like drowning in content. Like, I want to cover this, I want to cover this, I want to cover this, and there's just not enough hours in the day. Yeah, motions are written persuasively, and that's why it's more interesting. They only give you the facts that you want to see. Unlike a regular news article that just gives you really no facts and a lot of opinion based as facts. So my guess is probably not. It's just this weird, like, here's the names of the people. George Billy Wagner III. Angela Wagner, she was arrested at her home in Scioto County. So that's why I went to Scioto County, which is here. And all the things that are 9/24/2024, quiet title and well, let's see if that's whoop. Sorry, gotta stop sharing. We got a phone numbers and addresses of they are not something that I'm willing to share. So this is just weird. All it does is leave. I know that address. I have been to that address. Whoa. It's weird when you look at an address and you're like, I know exactly where that's at. Yeah, I heard there was a lot of shenanigans. So this is just bizarre to me. Like, so bizarre. I am just going down rabbit holes trying to find documents, and this is the weirdest looking. I heard you were looking to move and you like nature. There's 70 acres for sale in Florida and across the street from a tortoise rescue. Law enforcement routinely patrols area. I do not know these people. I would not be covering it if I actually knew these people. But I do know the area. I have friends that live in that county. Like friends that I've known since like 5th grade. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have electricity. We live in the South. We don't live in like freaking the Congo or something. Like, we have we aren't a third world country. We're just in Georgia. I mean, it is kind of, well, now you can't see anything. Good part about living in the country is when you open the blinds at night, you can't see shit. My car had snow on it earlier. Yep. Hey, been there, done that. Love the name. So I am just looking for court records and why is this it seems like sometimes when you finally find the website to search, that is the hard part. Yeah, I've had to explain that to people. Yes, don't have an outhouse. I don't have a blue bucket. I have a toilet. 2 of them, actually. Like, court records. Court. So this is... Usually this is the hardest part. This right here is the hardest part. Like, online records. Like, usually that is the hardest part. Is finding the site to go to. And once you find the site, it's super easy. Here I'm able to find the site, but I'm not able to find any oh yeah, 125. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. So this is just weird because has anybody ever noticed this with Ohio? Because Columbus was not this hard. Columbus, I looked up someone and their crap came up right away. I looked up Matthew Pancake, and like it was easy. And for some reason, I wanted to see if it was a state thing instead of a county thing, but it's not. It's weird. I looked at all the records. So when you go to Pike County Clerk of Court, when you go to the record search, it just searches everything. Oh yeah, that's legally his name. Yeah. Matthew Pancake, the hamster bandit. Like, I was really hoping he didn't plead guilty, but he pled guilty. And so that, he pled guilty over the summer. But, like, you get to, like, criminal, civil, small claims, parking, traffic. And, like, that's the only options they give you. And when I type in Wagner, it's, like, you don't get anything from 2016. Like, you don't... It's so stupid, and I don't understand why this is happening. Usually this is the hard part, is finding the site. So it's so crazy that I can't find anything. Frederica Wagner, 2014 traffic court. Like, I can't find any criminal stuff. It's weird, and I'm wondering if anybody tries to look it up if they have the same problems I do, or am I just completely off base here? Because I've never ran into something where I could easily find the clerk of court's website and I couldn't find documents super easily. This is completely... And I even looked up to see where the court or where it was actually held, because if it was held out of Pike County, then obviously the documents would be in another county. But it was held in Piketon, which by its name, Piketon is in Pike County. So maybe they were wrong when they I'm having the same issue as one of them remanded to a higher court in name only. Check Discord DMs. Yes. Yes. Aha! How'd you do that? Aha! See, and this is why I love you guys. This is why dad joke incoming. All right. So we are going to. Wonder where this would actually be. Pike County Clerk. So here I'm gonna share this. This was sent to me by Captain Kern. Yeah, can't download it or without paying for it. But I like the actual see and everybody I don't know about y'all, but I like the actual website because then I can see what if I'm missing anything because I can see everything that's on the docket. But it's yeah. This was a motion to dismiss against George Wagner, the fourth. Remember, we got 2 George Wagners. We got a third and a fourth. Motion to dismiss aggravated murder counts and or death specifications. That was signed on September 24th of 2021. Justin Brewster. See, and that's the I wish it had unlock this page after an ad. Touche. And it probably won't let me highlight. Nope. Ooh. 2018. And this is why this paper I need. So much paperwork. So much paperwork. Like I have to print stuff, scan stuff. My sister-in-law just sent me pictures. Yeah, thank you. I was just going to write it down because I can't copy and paste it, like highlight it. So, like I normally do. 2018, and I should be wearing my glasses, but I don't want to. CR 000155. Let's try going back to see. This is why I love research streams because we figure this shit out together. And this really does help the next time I can't find stuff because some stuff is super easy. Oh, and if you haven't read this book, I know this is random, but this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, it is a excellent book and I highly recommend it. I've read it 4 times. Sent you an interesting page on that guy. See, and this is why it's not it's not always what you know, it's who you choose to be friends with, and being kind is easy. And when you are kind to people, you don't have to be overly super nice and kissing butt because I'm not good at that. But just being respectful to people. Look what you get. We have a community here that helps each other out. And it's great. Because I can't do this all on my own. I'm not that smart. All right. This is George Washington Wagner. Oh, his mother really had high hopes for him, didn't she? He is currently incarcerated. Concurrent life. 8 years for first degree felony, aggravated burglary, engaging in corrupt acts. Jail times credit of 1,508 days. Oy. Judge named Randy Daring. Unlawful possession of dangerous ordnance. And this was all from that same case. I'm going to stop sharing this because I'm going to click on victim info and I just don't know what it's going to give me. Okay. I finally got my Velcro shoes tied this morning. Okay. I just had to make sure that it wasn't going to give me information that I did not want to share. Hey, Stats. How are you? Yes, kindness matters. And it doesn't take much. Apparently, it takes a lot for some people to just be kind. And the thing is when I have a problem with people, if they didn't actually do anything to me where I feel the need to get vengeance and just aggravate people for the hell of it, see last night, where I was just being annoying because I knew it would get under somebody's skin because I'm just that kind of a bitch. But at the same time, like, I don't generally go out of my way to be rude to people because it's just a waste of time. And it gets nobody anywhere. But sometimes when I'm in the mood to annoy somebody and I know that they don't like me, I just F around and because it's fun. All right. So when it gives victim info, it only gives the gender. I was wanting to make sure that it didn't give me like pictures, because I've already been yeeted off of YouTube twice this week. I had to take training in a little YouTube training to make my warning go away. For streaming the inauguration yesterday. Yeah, yeeted. It's so weird the way they do that because some people were streaming it and they were fine, and then other people's were streaming it and they weren't. So, also search case number 2020. And this is why I always keep. Well, this is used to be in a notebook, but the little decided to yank my notebook and rip it out. So now I have loose leaf paper. 000274. Oof. And I have no idea why my right leg is numb, but I'm having to move it around to try to what was ridiculous? What did I miss? Oh, I'm like, I don't know if it's the weather or the way I slept last night or whatever, but my leg it's numb to the point where if I tried to get up and walk, I think I would fall, which is kind of not good. All right, let's go back to Pike County. What the heck? There we go. I have so many tabs open that I'm like, where am I going? What day is it? I don't stream on Tuesday nights, so this is weird. But I didn't stream earlier today because we were kind of having a pajama day where the little one and I just played and snuggled and played and snuggled. I have a load of laundry in the dryer I haven't folded yet. I'll fold it tomorrow. So it's kind of like, well, we'll stream tonight. So here we go. Let's go back to the record search. Search again. And I swear, if stuff comes up in the case number, numbers only know letters. Well, that doesn't really help, does it? like, so if it, okay, we're just going to try the, yep. Does anybody see a problem with this? Yeah, how people were getting yeeted yesterday, it was ridiculous. Does anybody see a problem with this? I typed in the case number and it says you need all 7 numbers. I literally typed in the only case number that I could find. So we're gonna try something different. Hey, look at that. Okay. And I'm hoping something gets dropped in the Jeremy Hales case, because today obviously nothing got dropped today. Yesterday was a holiday. So let's see. There's 31 pages of this. Local rules. This is so weird. Like, so weird. So This is the absolute, like, it says case number, numbers only, no letters. But if you went back to the documents, case number, 2018, the year, CR, criminal, and then the 6-digit number. So what was... None of this makes sense. Unless I am completely missing something. Yeah, provide all 7 digits of the case number, but the case number is only six digits. Unless there's just an extra 0 in there. That comes up with a small claims court in 2000. This is so dumb. I've never run into this big of an issue with any, like, even Nebraska wasn't this big of an issue. Yeah, you would think at a public inauguration, especially when we're taking Trump's Twitter feed. And if he's not being copyright struck and his stream's not being taken down, yeah. Yeah, does everybody kind of understand and feel my pain with this one? Because I'm like, I don't, like, once you, finding the county clerk's website is sometimes the hardest part. And that was super easy. I typed in Pike County, Ohio clerk of court and it came up. And, like, I just can't, like, I just can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Like, I just can't figure it out. On to Ohio courts. So there's this is like view listing by county. Mercer, Monroe, Preble, Scioto. Ooh. Sweet. Maybe this will actually get me somewhere. Hocking, Huron. I'm trying to think of the counties around Pike County. I know the south is oh, there we go. Oh, this is it. We found it. Yep. No, here's the problem. Right here. There's a link to Juvenile Division, Probate Division, and Pike County Court, but Pike County Court of Common Pleas, there is nothing. There's no hyperlink. So they don't have their stuff online. So anybody who gets it, it's because you paid for it or you called up, which I am going to email them tomorrow or tonight. So here's where that brought me to. So, but they have an email address. So guess what? We're going to be emailing tomorrow. Huh. That means I have to people. Thank you. Adams, Highland, Jackson, Ross, and Scioto. The only one I can remember is Scioto because, well, you know. County court at pikecounty.ohio.gov. Wee-hee. Well, at least we figured out where we need to go. But now that I found this, well, why do I always do that? I say stop sharing instead of share this screen. So now that I found this, we're going to bookmark this. Bookmark this tab. There we go. And now we're going to go check Discord. Sometimes Discord comes in super handy. Sweet. How? Me dumb. Me dumb. And once again, this is why I love you guys. And this is why I kind of bring you in on this process. One, because it's fun. It's fun to talk to you while I do this. It's so monotonous when I'm trying to do it myself. And then when I can't find something, I get frustrated. Ha! That's what I got. See, when I went to that, when I went to Scioto County, like, this was Scioto County. This is what instantly came up in Scioto County. So why did it come up like that in Scioto County, and Pike County had to be just a dick? Like, Pike County had to be just a pain in the ass. Of course, right? Like, nothing can be super easy. It's under Edward, by the way. And Captain Kern, I saw that you sent me a something too. We are going to get into that. I am just closing some of these, or bringing some of these streams that I'm using, or tabs that I'm using, out into the out into a different window so that I can keep them. Otherwise, my brain gets wacky. Y'all know how that works, right? Your brain gets kind of like, wee. We're going to bookmark that too. Oh. And eventually, when I look up enough cases in enough states, this will be easier. Because right now, when you look up something in a state or a city that you haven't looked at before, yeah. But weird is Scioto County's the one who usually makes everything from living there. They usually make everything a pain in the ass. Be it I was a child when I lived there, so like, but Scioto County was so easy. It was super, super easy. And I'm going to bookmark that too. While I'm here, I'm just bookmarking these things because that way, if I ever need to, look up anybody in Scioto County, because there's a couple of cases that are, the link you sent, only seen traffic and civil crap for the Wagners, nothing about the murders. Yeah, it's so weird. I've realized that having two monitors just means I have more tabs open. That's all that means. I am sort of, but I think we're right there. I just have to actually type it in. I was just trying to get everything straight, and I was just trying to get everything straight before I can close Scioto County. I don't need that anymore. Before we did it, because otherwise, if I I'm gonna confuse myself. So we got everything. I just wanted to make sure I saved it, because otherwise, you go through at the end of the day and you close stuff and you're like, oh crap, I needed that. And then you're trying to dig through your history and it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm getting used to trying to do this on my own, or like save things. There we go. Wagner Angela. So she had a different thing here. 2018 and 2020. So Angela aggravated unaliving. So we'll start with her. Whoop. Yep, we go up. Sorry. That one I am probably not going to do, but Angela Burkhart does a really, really, really good job. Or Andrea Burkhart does a really good job. She lives really close to that area, so it's like her backyard. Emily Baker covers it really well too. And then I think Danny On was covering it. So those are people who are way more knowledgeable about things than I am and have been covering it since the start. I tend to cover cases that I don't see a lot of other people covering because it's fun and it's something different. Because if I'm covering the same thing as everybody else, what's the point? So I don't know if they're going to have all of these. Oh, and there's the, therein lies the problem. None of these are available. Okay, so we have all the documents. We know all the documents, but we don't have them because none of them are available. How bizarre is that? So sentencing 1/3, so 1/3 of 2025 at 10 a.m. But none of the stuff is in here. So crazy. So crazy. Make it make sense. I'm gonna have to email Pike County and I might have to email Pike County and ask for exactly what I want, which means I'm gonna have to go through here and figure out what's the most interesting stuff because, hey Chucky, because I don't think that going through everything is always appropriate and kind of a waste of time, to be perfectly honest. So I'm gonna have to try to pick out what is the most interesting motions that we might want to hear. Oh, we do have, and I know it's very hard for you to see, so let me see if I can do this and just make it a little easier. Because it's even hard for me. From September 30th of 2019, a journal entry about a pretrial hearing. Oh. So this case came for a pretrial hearing for an oral hearing upon 49 pretrial motions filed by the defendant December 14th. 49 pretrial motions. These motions have been referred to as the parties as non-substantive motions or motions that are not based upon the specific facts or alleged facts of the present actions, and many of the motions are primarily procedural. The court finds the state of Ohio has filed a response to each of the defendant's motions. That is a lot of taxpayer dollars right there. The defendant was present in court for the pretrial hearing and motion and was represented by her attorneys, Robert F. Krapnick, and Mark Hunt. The state of Ohio was represented by prosecuting attorney Rob Junk and special prosecuting attorney Angela Cainpa, Special Agent John Jenkins of the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Identification and Investigation. So if any of you guys watched Megan's stream this morning, she went into the Georgia kidnapping or medical kidnapping cases, and she was talking about, Jennifer mentioned GBI, and Jennifer mentioned GBI, and Megan didn't know that these cases or these a lot of things. Every state has a Georgia Bureau of Investigation. In this case, it's Ohio Bureau of Criminal Identification and Investigation. So I can on this one. Oh, printing. Do. Top right side of my screen, that little thing right there, because that just gave me a print. There is nothing here that I can use to zoom in. So let's see. Yeah, I'm using Chrome. There we go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Sort of so much easier. Sometimes when it's bigger, it's harder for me to read. It's easier for you guys to see, but it's harder for me to read, and I don't know why. Ugh. See, I think we have a discrepancy on what hamburger menu means. Huh. Mama Squid just messaged me and said we have snow now. All right. Counsel for the defendant made an oral motion at the pretrial hearing. Oh, that was a different one. 9/30/2018. There is so much of this. I'm gonna have to 3 horizontal lines is a hamburger to you? Okay. Now I know what you mean when you talk about that. I don't use Chrome for a lot of things except for this because StreamYard does not like any other browser. StreamYard gets I use Firefox for a lot of stuff, and StreamYard and Firefox do not they don't work well together. So I don't really use Chrome for anything else besides when I'm doing this. So this is going to be something that we're going to have to go through because it is a big one. And I will also go through all those documents. Yeah. Not really. So we're going to go, now that I know how to do that, I will email and see if I can get some of the actual documents. And I have to pay for them here, and I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather do a little email. Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was called, but I was like, I've never heard it called hamburger buttons before. There's this. Those are the only two documents we have from there. Download free for 30 days. Do I want to sign up for a subscription to this? This is where it's always like a fun, like we explore and we learn together, because I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim to know a lot of things. I just claim to know people who are smarter than me. And they help me out a lot. So where was that other? There we go. We do have testimony transcript. This case is a rabbit hole. Rabbit hole. But we will get into that another time. But here, I think I'm probably going to do a little bit of a deep dive. I wanted to do go into the victims and who they were, because when we look at all these cases and we make jokes about how stupid the defense attorneys are, or how ridiculous the state is, or what stupid motions the attorneys filed, or, we talk about how the judge made stupid decisions. We never ever want to forget that the reason that we're covering these cases is because people aren't here anymore. Um, Part of the very, very upsetting part about this is one of the victims had her 4-day-old baby in her arms. The baby was alive. She was not. So eh, it it's one of those situations of like we have to forget that kids lost their parents. It There was a 16-year-old that was a victim. So I want to do a deep dive into them and make sure that we pay respects to the victims before we dig in too deeply to the unalivers. Because I feel like I'm guilty of it. When we look at all these unaliving cases, we forget that the reason we're here is someone lost their life. So I always like to be cognizant of that, and because this trial or this case is concluded, um, I feel like it's a good time to go into uh, the victims before we cover any of the trials or the drama that went into the trials, because we always forget that people people. I mean, it's sad at the end of the day. Like, it's sad. Little kids were um, lost their parents and were present when they lost their parents. So it's it's one of those crazy things. But we are going to see who is live, and we are going to redirect because I appreciate everybody helping me figure stuff out. Um, it's definitely an interesting um, time. Um, and I thought I had oh so I am every Saturday. I am going to be doing a mini case update. So I'll read some documents that, one or two documents come up in a case that are quick, little mini updates like a hearing, but um, that aren't always worthy of their own stream. It seemed to go pretty well last week. The feedback on it was pretty good. You get to hear quick updates on all the cases that you want to follow. And it gives Saturday morning, there's not a lot going on Saturday morning. So wake up, have your coffee, and get mini case updates. I might even give updates in cases that I wasn't exactly following closely, but I was keeping an eye on. We might go into like, hey, verdicts came out this week. Like certain verdicts were given. We might do some of that too. I'm not really sure exactly how I want to do it all yet. However, it's it is what it is. This let's see. Tug is not coming up on my my stuff here. Nope, Tug's not coming up on my streams or my redirect. So we are going to go watch a cranky judge over at Law Talk with Mike. That's always a fun time. So y'all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of a random stream, but sometimes random is good. And it's a little earlier because I I also don't want to stay up super late tonight. I need to charge my phone. Megan didn't come up either. Usually I searched for both. Usually they pop up right away. Neither one of them popped up. Megan was live for a while earlier today. So there is a good chance that with coming back from Utah and starting to stream on tonight. Oh, wait, it's on Tugs tonight. Well, it didn't come up. So we're going to go watch a cranky judge over at Law Talk with Mike. Y'all tell him I said hi and have a great night. Bye.